They like living there because they like the fact that, hey, I'm going to live as long as I can. Yeah, I know, and it's like they said, even poor people in Britain, they are more likely they will live longer than richest people here in America. That's because they have better, socialized medicine, which is, yeah, let's go for that. Let's be, even more of a democracy, because let's give everybody a chance to life. So, weird, radical idea, but, and you know why I say it? Because of the military. Military is socialism. It's, oh, God, so that's another reason why, listen to me when I talk about military, man. I know what I'm talking about when I say military stuff. At least I hope I do. Why do I do this? What is the purpose? Or what's going on? I'm just observing, in my opinion. I'm observing, and in fact, I think in some ways, you know what else? I'm afraid. I'm a little fearful that I'm going to be called back in the military. Or the military's going to call me back up and say, we need you to go back overseas. So I think I'm a little hesitant on developing any kind of relationships, or especially any kind of investments in terms of job, business-wise related, because I kind of have this fear, and with 20 to 40,000 more troops going back to Iraq, it's just a matter of time before I get a phone call or that letter. And so we'll see what happens. And it's like the saving grace is that I'm not combat trained. So it's like it would cost money, it would take time to train me. And then who knows whatever could happen to me in that time. Because even the U.S. military, they realize that. So, if life in the United States had some of the creature comforts, the benefits of the U.S. military, man. But doctors would kind of hate it, but at the same time, man, there's something nice about living on a U.S. military base. So, but yeah, that's kind of my fear. So, and I'm just having fun. I'm just doing stuff and getting my ideas out and sharing my knowledge with the world because, and I really need to get back into writing. So it's, yeah. I want to write. I want to create. I want to share with the world. I want to give the world, the people, ideas. I want people, if people can live better than I have lived, that's what I would like. That's the way I approach life, is that if I can give advice, if I can do good for other people, good. And, part of the reason why is because there's kind of a lot of sadness in my own life, a lot of loneliness and just lack of whatever, so. And on top of that, God, anyway, that's my brother's band and throwing me out. They're saying we can't come back to our house anymore, but so that's my one problem with personality. Anyways, and that's something else about my personality is that I consider myself rather humble, and this guy is insinuating that I have a big ego, that I'm letting this idea of this TV show, really get to my head. And the thing is, I know this is like a video blog, and at the same time, this is also me sharing ideas because, I don't care about somebody's life. I care if somebody's got some ideas, or if somebody's going to give me something new to think about. That's what I really dig. That's what I really like hearing and listening and observing. And that's what I'm trying to do with this. That's, this is not so much about me, my life. This is just my ideas, and how I come to some of those ideas as well. And that's what college is. It's learning about ideas and how people understand and interpret ideas. So, okay, I guess a bit of ego right there. I'm thinking of myself as a college professor in one way or another. But, yeah, why not? Why not give of my knowledge of living and life and whatever to the rest of the world, and just how to approach ideas, and also, that's the thing, I gotta stop saying all the time, which means I have to be a bit more direct and choice of my words and not get caught up in the moment. I have to clearly understand what I am speaking and saying to you, the audience. And that way, everyone will completely understand what I am saying. And if there was a transcript, there would not be confusion. And not throw people off as they listened or read to what I said and communicated. But then I have to do this kind of halting thing because I'm choosing my words as I go through. but then again, maybe I can pick it up like I'm doing now, and get back into more comfortable, friendly, casual monotone. God, I'm really sorry, guys, if I'm annoying you or irritating you with my voice. If there's some way I can change it or whatever it would help you, let me know, and I'll try to get that. I want to be very respectful to my audience, too, because I realize, I guess I'm developing an audience, and I hope so. And just, by the way, guys, just, sorry. Try to let your friends know. Just let them know about this or that. And if I move you in some way, or if you like what I'm saying, if there's certain topics you would like me to discuss, I can share them. I'm not going to try to be a blabbermouth or bag of hot air, but I feel that I'm an intelligent individual, an American individual, of American ideals and individualism and public education system, that I feel I can share ideas of life, and also in some way this information can be used as a means of research of personality of people, of groups. That is, I think, because I look at this video blog as a means of communication and as education, information sharing with an audience, with any kind of audience. So I hope that what I'm saying is worthwhile in somebody's opinion. And I hope it, if anything too, it motivates somebody or inspires somebody. I'm a creative person. I would like other people to be creative as well. I like people to experience creativity and to enjoy it, because there's something about creating something and watching it function, watching it take root and grow and develop. That's why I enjoy writing. Because, to communicate, to express yourself, to write in such a way that you totally can capture the essence of what you're writing about, and to express that in words so that somebody else can see that, visualize it, conceptualize it, place themselves into the environment and experience it as if it was their own. I've been lucky to receive a couple compliments that went in the form of, halfway through reading your stuff, I was no longer reading it, I was seeing it happen in my mind. To me, as a writer, that is a great compliment. That means that my words so easily flow into the consciousness of the reader that they're able to totally visualize and understand what I'm communicating. The way I write, the way I envision my writing, is I play it out as a movie in my mind. And based off of that, that's how it flows. And that way, too, I can think about what would be interesting, what is, because when you look at the camera, how the camera works, and how it frames, it's what does the camera focus on? Especially in jump editing, jump cuts. What does the camera focus on? Does it show you the action of the hand moving across the air? Does it focus on the person's face? Is it, long shots so that you can see the whole of the person's body? What sort of details are being noticed or being embellished because of lighting, because of camera angle, because of what the camera can view as opposed to what it cannot view? What is the front of the action? What is the back of the action? How do we understand this? That is why I like to think about and look at writing, or look at movies when I think about my writing. Because it's a bit more, some of my writing is a bit more action-based than cerebral. But I like to include cerebral thinking. The idea that the characters are thinking, that the characters have to think about their actions and their consequences. I like to write about violence. And the thing is, it's more than just mindless hack and slash. There is consequence. There is reason for violence, and that is the purpose of my future writings. I'm currently writing my journal of my experience in the Army, but I plan on writing afterwards a story about a group of high school kids who go to another world and become mercenaries. Sword and shield type stuff. There's some magic in the world, and that's actually what's going to be part of the thing. But I really don't like magic too much. I prefer just one-on-one interaction. That's controllable and believable. So no high wire acts in my stuff. No impossible oh my god, they made